Hey y'all, and welcome back to Raccoon Creek Homestead. Today we are going to talk about ideal gifts to give the gardener in your life, or maybe the homesteader, someone that likes to be outside or has chickens, or maybe even that just likes flowers. So let's jump right in and see what we have. Okay, so this may be the more lame. We'll start with the lame ones first. So I don't know about you, but I love books. I love paper copy books. And yes, most of these you could probably rent from your library. But I like to refer back to them. And I have a small library. I don't go crazy. I don't buy all of them. But a couple that I really enjoy are, and let's start with the garden ones first. So the first one is Carrots Love Tomatoes. And it's basically just a book. And I'll kind of flip through it. And it just kind of covers the basis. Oh, you'll see my highlights in there too. Of some of the things that plant well together. Let's see, there's soil improvement, different nuts, first steps for home fruit growing, tree fruits. It's just kind of wild plants. It's a little bit of everything, but it's a nice start. And if you're more on like the flower side, it's using flowers. It's saying flowers or vegetables love flowers. Now this one is in color, but it's just kind of different. It's beneficial predators. It's basically how to use flowers to draw in beneficial or to get like the lovely, I know that we all love squash bugs. This will give you some flowers that may deter them a little bit better. And then of course there's, if you are a flower person, it does like some nice bouquet ideas where it's, some of the colors or some of the plants. But yeah, just a nice starter book for if you're getting into gardening and maybe you had a lot of pest problems. I don't like to use pesticides or anything like that in my garden. So I try to do it the more natural way with other flowers or herbs or just something to that effect. And these two books together are a nice way to kind of merge those together. I also, and speaking of herbs, if you're into medicinal herbs, I recommend these two. This one is a big book. I was actually given this one, and like I said, it's pretty hefty, but it has making body scrubs, creams, tinctures, the different herbs themselves, what they are, what they look like, how to use them, which parts of the plant to use. So although it is a big book, I feel like you could probably get away with just this one to cover all of your bases. This one, the Rosemary Glad Stars Medical Herbs, the Beginner's Guide, it's also a nice one where it's a little more of how to use each one, medicinal syrup, and then it also has some of the herbs as well. It's more of the well-known herbs versus like the other one you could go in your backyard and I'm telling you it would be in there. But like ginger, sage, aloe, chickweed, echinacea, it's got the more known ones. So I would say this is a pretty good one to start. I got this one off of Amazon and it's seen better days, but I use it and I like it. And then for the Homestead, and also, so I bought Jess Howard's book, The First Time Homesteader. She also has The First Time Gardener. I have it too, but I have it lent out at the moment. But I also enjoy this one. They're both, it feels like if you've ever watched Roots and Refuge, and it's like she's having a conversation with you wherever she is. This book feels like that as well. And it's again got foraging, bees, soil health, plants, dairy. I mean, it's got a little bit of everything. Chicken. So if you don't quite know what you want to do, but you want a little bit of all of it, this is a good one. Kind of that builds onto that, the Backyard Homestead. I enjoy this one as well. And it's black and white, but it covers a little bit more in depth of each one, like wheat, backyard corn. Again, we have herbs, vinegars. This one's fruits, still fruits, backyard fruits and nuts. And in the beginning, this is the whole reason. Oh, yeah, this is everything that it's got in it. The whole reason that I bought this book, and I actually rented it from my library first, and then I bought it because I enjoyed it. It has different ways to set up your homestead if you're on 1/10 of an acre. So if you're on a smaller property, or a 1/4 acre, or 1/2 an acre, it gives you ways that you can set up that'll get you the most bang for your buck, so to speak. There are a lot more books that I could recommend. These are just some of the ones that I have that I really enjoy, that kind of cover the basics, and they're not expensive. I know that this one on the back says it's $18.95, but I think I got it on Amazon for like $7.99. So they're definitely doable if you have someone that likes to learn, that likes to read. I am one of those people that are always continuing learning. I enjoy trying new things, and like I said, all of these books, I obviously liked them enough to buy them or to keep them. I don't keep a whole lot of stuff, but this is my little library. If you are anything like me, you can't live without coffee. This coffee I got at Aldi's. It's $5 something. It's less than $6, and the German roasted regular, and it's delicious. And like, it's in this block, and when you actually open it, it'll fit in one of those like red Folgers totes, because I reused all of mine. Highly recommended coffee. It doesn't have to be this kind, and whatever kind is their favorite. I'm not a coffee snob though, so like, to each their own. It's coffee, I'm gonna drink it. Anyway, the gift of coffee is always appreciated. If you know someone that has chickens, this egg spiral is one of my favorites. You put them in at the top, and then you pull down here at the bottom, and they come down like a spiral. Sometimes the bigger ones kind of first in, first out, and you never wonder which one came a week ago or a day ago. New ones at the top, old ones at the bottom. Makes it super simple. And how pretty is it to have a rainbow of eggs sitting on your counter? I mean, come on. For the gardener in your life, or even if they don't garden but they maybe do a lot of landscaping, the next gift may seem slightly a little overkill, but for less than $15, and again on Amazon, you hook these into your drill, and it literally will dig the hole for you with a drill. So, and I mean, like, they're pretty good size. There's a big one and a little one. Again, these were less than $10. These work. My friend is the whole reason I bought these, but she got 500 bulbs for like the fall sale, and she's like, I am not digging a hole 500 times. So she and her husband, they bought these, and it went so much faster. So she's like, you have to get them. So of course I got them, because you know what? I'm gonna say this one, if you garden in the spring and you get like those 4 to 6 inch pots, this is gonna fit perfect. This one maybe for herbs, like where you get like the 6-pack and they're smaller. This one, bigger pot. This one, definitely worth it for less than $15. I'm gonna give that a big check for my approval. Again, for the homesteader in your life, maybe they have horses or goats or something that you would have on a lead line. I know that I have one. I plan on getting a new one if I don't get one for Christmas. Tractor Supply has a nice cotton. I like cotton over nylon. I feel like the cotton is much softer Leather's good too, but a little more pricey. But I just don't like the nylon. It's very rough on the hands, like if you have one that pulls. But the cotton seems much softer. And just a cotton lead line. They're $12.99 at Tractor Supply online, and they come in several colors. Another thing that a homesteader may enjoy, my dogs are, I don't know what they're doing. They're romping back there. And then I have one sitting next to me because he's my, are you my good boy? And you're my nosy lady. Are you nosy? This next one is gonna sound super silly, but I'm telling you, anyone with livestock, chickens, even maybe even a garden, T-posts, less than $10, multiple sizes, hi Keats. And let me tell you, if someone gave me a T-post, or you know, like the more the merrier kind of thing, if I got a T-post for Christmas, I would be ecstatic. It's one of those things that you buy all the time, and it's just like, ugh, I gotta buy them. Kind of like dish soap or something random like that, and it's just like, I don't want to buy them again. It's just, there you go, Keith. It's just one of those things that buying just, again, it's like, although if I got laundry soap or dish soap for Christmas, I'd be happy with that too. I'm an oddball though, so maybe that's just me. But I would definitely take one of those things from all the time. But yeah, T-post fencing is a lot more expensive and probably not nearly as reasonable, but I'll take a T-post. You don't have to wrap it. Just drop it off at my front door. I'll even unload it out of your car for you. Okay, next up, it's all from the kitchen. So if you have maybe someone that likes to can, I'm telling you, if they have a blue ton of jars, you can still get them the rings. Because although you can reuse this part, you're not supposed to reuse these because the seals don't stay. So if you can find them, it would be a great gift. And like I said, I'd take jars, but I'm still kind of getting in the swing of it. And I don't have as many jars as, say, someone that's been doing this for 10 years or so. I think this is my 4th or 5th year of canning, and I would love more jars or lids. Along the same lines of canning, if someone is just starting out, you could get them a water bath canner or a pressure canner. I know those get a little pricey though. I think my water bath canner, no, I take that back. My pressure canner I got last year, and you can use a pressure canner as a water bath, but you can't use a water bath as a pressure canner. Hope that makes sense. But I got mine, I think it was $110. And although it was terrifying, I don't think I used it for like 8-9 months. And then it was like, oh, that's not so scary. It's not scary. I promise, please try it. It is not scary. You can do it. Feel free to ask questions. I will try my best to answer them. But any of like those first time kits where it's got, the things that like you pull the cans out of the water, they look like wonky tongs. Hang on, I'll get one. These, the wonky tongs. You use it to lift your can out of the water. You don't burn your hands. But these, I love these. Another thing with canning, or if you just maybe they like to cook, an immersion blender. I didn't buy one of these for a really long time, and I actually didn't get it. It was on clearance. It's a KitchenAid one, and I wasn't willing to pay a whole lot for it. I got this bad boy for $15. I don't know how I did it. I'll probably never see one for that again, but I love this thing. I use it for sauce. I use it for soap, and it comes apart super easy. So like this part goes hand washed and then through the dishwasher, and then just clicks back on. It's got 2 speeds. I'm telling you, immersion blender for the win. If you've been on the fence, trust me, it is so worth it. Rip off the Band-Aid and get your immersion blender. This one may be a little odd, but I'm gonna throw it out there anyway. sourdough starter. And ignore this one because I have to feed it. And I rubbed off my line. I fed it yesterday. Maybe it's a weird thing to give somebody. I don't think so. If someone gave me a sourdough starter that I could have just used straight off the bat, and maybe that with, you know, not even a recipe book, just some of your favorites, it literally will cost you nothing. Maybe a jar. But literally, you could do in one of these little ones, and they can put it in whatever jar they want. And it's basically a free gift. I feel like homemade gifts, home crafted gifts, are something that should be more normal and not be like, oh, if you gave me a sourdough starter, or maybe you knitted me a scarf, or maybe it was, you know, goat soap that you made, or a dozen eggs, which, I mean, I have chicken, so it's a little different, but if I didn't, that would be the best gift. Like, that would make my absolute day, knowing that you put your heart and your love into it. So if you make soap, or you have chickens, or something to that effect, maybe you crochet or knit or sew, those handmade gifts that are made with love are going to be number one on my list, period. So on that note, I hope that I've given you some ideas. I hope that this helps you shop for those that may be a little tougher to shop for, or maybe you're not from the gardening and homesteading world, but a loved one is. I know that when I give my Christmas list to my mom, she's like, you want what? I'm like, I want blah, blah, blah. And she's like, for what? What is this? Like, I don't even know what this is. So it's literally gotten to the point where I'm just like, I'll take a gift card to Tractor Supply. But no, it's one of those. I hope that this helped you. I hope it helped you find the perfect gift. And like I said, you know what? Here's one. The gift of like a coupon, like a labor coupon, like I will help you plan out your garden, or I will help with farm chores, or I will help you weed, like pull weeds, or just something, manual labor. Heck yeah, I will help you build XYZ. That is gonna be an awesome gift. There are so many things that cost nothing that are more meaningful, more useful than going out and spending a bunch of money on somebody. I would feel bad if someone went out and spent a lot on me if I can't spend the same on them. Like, gift giving is just so odd. If you've ever watched The Big Bang Theory with Sheldon and gift giving, that can be, okay, I'm not that bad, but he feels it has to be like dollar for dollar of what you spend, and he is like anti-gift giving because of that. I'm not anti-gift giving. However, I like to give gifts of meaning, and not everyone is as understanding. So, I guess that being said, if you want to give a gift that isn't, you know, high dollar, the gift of love, it should be what matters. And you know, not everybody's going to understand that. But if you message me and said, hey, I gifted someone a sourdough starter and some index cards with recipes, I am going to be ecstatic. And I'm going to be like, I wish I had someone like you in my family. So don't let others get you down. Give the gift of love. Give the gift of time. It doesn't have to be, I spent some ungodly amount of money on you. So that's my 2 cents on it. Are others going to have different opinions? Probably, but that's okay. If you could do me a huge favor and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed any of this content or the content that you have seen in the past, please, please, please hit that subscribe button. My goal is to hit 100 by the end of the year, and that only gives me a month in a couple days. But if you could please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell for alerts, I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. I would love that as a Christmas gift. And again, it's completely free, so you have nothing to lose except it'll make me all happy and giggly, and I like to be happy and giggly. So on that note, have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.